Oh man, it's cold. Off we pop to the shed. First clear night in a month. Let's see what we can get. Hey, what do you think of the hat? Oh, this is absolutely necessary. Oh, I tell you what, astronomy. What would you do? Welcome to the confines of the shed. Time to unleash the beast. Time to get those dew eaters on. It's going to be cold tonight. So today, 10th of February, snow in Britain, still in lockdown, but we've got a clear night. First one in a month. Easterly wind, not good for me actually, living where I live. If you're going to get clouded out, it usually comes in from the east. Plus I've got the annoying drift of Ratcliffe-on-Soar power station fumes right across my southern sky at the moment, which is a pain in the backside, but what can you do? I can't ask them to switch it off, otherwise this lot won't work. So yeah, let's see what we can get. Checking focus. Just got it centered on Capella. I'll run that now and see if it's still in focus from the last time I used it. I'd say that was pretty spot on, don't you think? Yeah? Oh, ready to go. Ready to go. Success! Dun, dun, dun. It's the morning after the night before, and we're off to the shed. Let's see what we've got. Hi, and welcome back to the shed. So we managed to get 3 hours on the Rosette Nebula the other night, and I've just come into the shed to get my files so I can do stacking and produce that image. Yeah, 3 hours at this time of year, to be honest, a bit of a godsend, and something that you know, wasn't widely predicted, and certainly, you know, coming up to 4 or 5 in the evening, there's still a bit of cloud around, but that cloud cleared, and I was able to get out into the shed, get set up quickly and onto my target. If I'd have left it any later, I wouldn't have got the 3 hours that that were available to me. But it put me in mind to think about how I go about planning for my deep sky astrophotography. Now, a lot of the stuff that I covered in my last video, you know, getting ready for landscape astrophotography, there's a couple of apps that I still use that are well worth using for deep sky stuff. Obviously, you need to know what's happening with the weather, so Clear Outside is an obvious contender. Stellarium is by far the best app on my iPad that I can use to look forward in time to see what's coming up and what's available. Once I've got to a point in time where I think, right, okay, I think there's going to be a clear slot and I want to plan to see what's really you know, properly available to me in the night sky, one of the online resources I keep returning to is a website called Telescopius. Now, Telescopius is configurable to your location, so you can set it up so it will give you a true representation of what's available to you in the night sky from that location. It's It's got a wonderful set of gadgets and gizmos that give you what's best in the night sky, the objects that you're after, when they when they rise and when they set, how much time you can reasonably expect on them given day and night, and on top of that, some really useful tools like a telescope simulator, where you can just plug in the dimensions for your scope and your camera chip, and you'll get a view of how that object will present itself to your equipment when you start to shoot it. It's really useful for planning things like framing and what sort of field of view you're really after to get the target that you're trying to chase. On top of that, there is also that telescope simulator is also set up for remote observing sites. So if you're using the remote telescopes down in Australia at Sardine Springs, you can configure your location to that observing site, and also the equipment that's actually at the observatory that you can rent. And again, that means that you can do long distance planning, not only in time but also in distance. Shooting from a site in the southern hemisphere gives you much more access to bits of the Milky Way that we just can't get in the northern hemisphere. And also being able to plan that, because telescope time is expensive and you want to get the best out of it that you can, then use telescopius to work out which telescope you want to use, what object you're after, and how much time you want to rent on that scope. As for now, we're coming to the end of hopefully winter. The winter constellations are going to start to disappear in the sky pretty soon, and I'll be breaking this rig down and putting my big scope on. I've got a Celestron C8 with an f6.3 focal reducer. I'll be shifting the camera and the filter wheel onto that. We'll get it balanced and set up, ready for galaxy season, but that's going to be another video. I'll leave you now with the image I got the other night. I hope you like it. If you like the video, then please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so you can see what else we get up to in the shed, and feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now.